your girl Shanae.
And Jasmine.
And we're back with another episode of
MVP
TV. And today's topic is the Love is Blind reunion. We're going to go over everything that happened and sum it up for you. But before we get started, we just want to remind you guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and click the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can see all of our most recent videos and our past videos. And follow us on all of our social media. So let's jump right into it.
So this reunion, it just came out today. Everyone's been waiting for this.
Yep.
First of all, I just want to...
Especially us.
Yes. Make sure you guys, if you haven't already, watched our 2-part recap of this season. Part 1 and Part 2. That's on our channel. Links down below. I want to say, I really thought this reunion was going to be at least 2 hours. But it was only 51 minutes. Which is disappointing.
Which really, it came to like maybe 35 minutes of them talking because they were showing clips of the season throughout the reunion. So the 6 couples that made it to the reunion were the 6 couples that actually got engaged on the show. So we have Kelly and Kenny, we have Barnett and Amber, we have Jessica and Mark, we have Loren and Cam, we have Diamond and Carlton, and who am I missing? Oh, Gigi and Damien. So who do you want to start talking?
Let's just get Kenny and Kelly out the way.
Okay, 20 seconds.
Okay.
They were the same they were all season. Kenny's dating, Kelly's not. What else did they say?
That's it.
Summed it up.
So I think Kelly may have cried a little bit.
Yeah. She was like, oh, I did love him, but I wasn't in love with him. But the only thing that threw me off about Kelly is she kept saying, well, I keep going after guys for their looks. And then she said, Kenny was perfect. I just didn't like, it's not that I didn't like the way he looked, but he's just not the guy I'd go after based on his looks. Wasn't that the point?
Yeah, love is blind.
You're just gonna keep going after these guys that you're attracted to, that treat you like shit, but you're saying you have the perfect man, but he's just not the typical way you would look. And honestly, I think Kenny's cute.
He's not bad looking
He's
at
not
all.
my type, but he's not bad looking at all.
But then, like, I feel like like once she seen him, she probably lost sight of like the purpose that they were there. You know what I mean? It's like to get to really know someone without having to look at their looks and how they dress and all the other kind of stuff. And I feel like she lost sight of that completely.
And what both of us, like, once we saw all 10 episodes, we went back and rewatched it knowing the outcome, and we saw so much more the second time around. Did we not? Like, we was texting each other like, did you notice this the first time?
Like, this is so obvious.
Oh my god, how did we not know? So the next couple we're going to talk about, I guess we can do Gigi and Damien.
They're together. They're not married, but they are in a relationship and they are dating.
And if you've seen Love is Blind, you know the 10th episode, the final episode of the season, was the wedding, and Damien he left her at the altar. He didn't go through with it.
But he did say like he was hoping that she would leave him at the altar. And so he just like follow along. But she said yes. I'm like, damn. Like, so he was okay with willing to take that L in front of everybody.
Because he loves her. He didn't want to embarrass her. But I also feel like he knew that she was immature and he was just expecting her to leave because she did break up with him. Like, like you said, they were only from the blind date box all the way up into the wedding. It was only less than, what, like 2 months? And she broke up with him like 8 times. Like, I understand his like hesitation. Like and like I said, like marriage is forever. He feels that way, and I definitely get that. And like I told you, like people live into like 115. Homegirl's only 20 something. That's 100 years is a lot of time to deal with somebody's shit. Like I want you to be mature before I lock this in forever. And I like Damien. I like Gigi too. She's just immature. She's just immature.
She's too much for me. She's not my type of person.
I like her. And I think she has like, I don't know. I think she's used to being spoiled. She seems like.
Yeah, I can see.
So she's kind of like a brat.
Like the temper tantrums and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And like he was saying, like sometimes she was in it, sometimes she wasn't in it. Like personally, I need you to be consistent.
That consistency.
If you're gonna be in it, then you need to be in it.
Like, but she even admitted that too. She was like, my communication was a big problem. Like I expected him to know what I needed without voicing it to him. Like I was just lashing out without any explanation because I felt like he should know what's going on because I feel like we connected so deeply. But nobody can just know if you don't tell them. Like if you come in the house,
somebody you don't even know that well,
and
like,
she's like not a little bit like, okay, let me give you the silent treatment. It's like, let me come over and flip a fucking coffee table because you left a dish on the counter, and it's like, what are you so angry for? Like, just tell me, wash the dish.
And something like this, when you don't even really know each other, you're still learning each other. Like if you've been with someone for 10 years, like you know when something is bothering them. You don't have to wait for them to be like, okay, well let me tell you what's bothering me. You know
when to give them space, when not to give them space.
In this case, you don't know. Like you're literally just like trying to figure it out. Like everything is a test.
And I feel like it's scary to have that much uncertainty going into a marriage, especially if kids are something you want, which both of them have said that they wanted, because like I don't want you leaving in and out when we got children. But they are together. They are currently dating, and but they didn't say they were back to being engaged. One of the couples that didn't make it, Mark and Jessica.
like you said, now that we've looked back at some episodes, it's so obvious that she wasn't into him. I don't care what she says. I don't think she was into him.
She was never into him. And I think it was one of those things too with like the physical attraction. And I feel like watching it back, I 100% believe she only went crying to Mark, hoping that because they knew what was going to play out. They knew they were going to meet each other, then go on a vacation, then have to live together. So I felt like, okay, this is my way to get close to Barnett again. Because only if he sees me, he'll love me. Like, I really feel like that's... Because she was throwing herself at that man.
Yeah.
And
it had to be hard watching that back. But she did say that she was drinking too much. And I appreciate that because she was a drunk.
Mark was... He's still so positive, though.
He is.
He still was super positive. And I think Jessica did not... Like, she really led him on. And I feel bad. I feel bad for him.
Absolutely. Like, between, like, taking the ring off and, like, I don't really want to be affectionate. Like...
I think it's going to ruin everything we have. If Barnett was in that bed, she would have been...
Yes. I bet she would have been sober the whole time, I bet you.
So she said since the show, she went and moved back home for 6 months to get her mind together. And the show stopped filming 15 months ago.
Right.
So she's just recently moved back to LA and started dating like very recently. So like, I believe she really was in love with Barnett. And she had to get over that heartbreak. But that's fucked up to Mark. Like, why did you lead this man on?
Yeah.
Got this man in Mexico looking stupid.
I feel so bad for him.
I do too. And then like Amber, who ended up marrying Barnett, she checked her on the reunion.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, she was like, bitch, you're shiesty, bitch, because da 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 da, which was like a little bit of what we were used to with our ratchet reality. Yeah. And I was like, is she gonna jump across the stage? Yeah. But did you think she was wrong for being that strong?
No. I mean, if I watched it back, and even though like Amber and Barnett, I'm about to call him Burnett. Even though Amber and Barnett, even though like, you know, they had just met each other and they were engaged, they were all still engaged. Yeah. And for Jessica, who was engaged to be all over him like that, that's completely
in front of
inappropriate.
Mark too, though.
And, like being drunk and like, friend, you're my friend. Like that's completely inappropriate. Like,
and my thing is like, okay, if we're not going to be together, like, and you're happy with somebody else, I'm not going to sabotage that. Like, she could see they were happy. Like, you could see how happy they are together. Like, to me, when they met, Amber and Barnett were, like, all over each other. Like, the most out of anybody. Yeah. And so... They
definitely had, like, a physical attraction.
Immediately.
Like, absolutely.
Immediately.
Like, yeah.
And for you to be doing that, like, Amber was... And Amber even told her at the bachelor party, she was like, bitch, I will punch you in the face and break your nose.
And they kissed her.
Well, you know, she was real drunk. But I will say, like, you know, I wasn't surprised that she addressed it. And that's why I wish the reunion would have been longer, because I feel like they should have asked everybody else's opinion about, like, well, what did you think about it? Yeah. Because when that happened, everybody else was just sitting there like,
yeah,
like just very awkward and
like
silent.
Jessica was sitting there like that too. When
Jessica wouldn't even turn her head to her. She was just like,
Amber's like, you shiesty, bitch.
She was like,
and Jessica's like.
But she starts by saying, I made some decisions that were a little cringy. It was a little cringy to watch. But she never said, like, I regretted it. And she was like, I feel like we were all going through it, and I really had, you know, I've been put through a lot. I've been on an emotional roller coaster. It was never, like, a genuine apology. Yeah. So I understand why Amber didn't really accept it. She's like, I accept the fact that she needs to apologize. Right. She said something like that. But she was like, do I accept her apology? So as far as Amber and Barnett, they are still happily married, they said. Right now they're traveling, having fun. And
I know Amber did mention, because you know she wasn't working during the show, I know she mentioned how like it was hard on Barnett, like being the sole provider.
Well, she said it was hard on her being financially dependent on somebody, because she always figured it out for herself, like, or went to friends. It's like, so wait a minute, when you say or friends, you've never been financially independent, so stop playing like it's hard for you to accept me, because that's what you wanted. Yeah. Like, you went into this
saying, she said she wanted to be a housewife.
Yes. Like,
she wanted to be a housewife. I feel like he got in her ass a little bit about it. Like, we don't got kids, what the hell you staying at home for? Like, what are you doing all day? Like,
but honestly. I think she's more in his head, because all they doing is traveling. And my thing is, if you want to be a housewife, okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but own it. Don't be like, oh, it's so hard for me just to accept that he's my sole provider. Like, no, that's what you want. Be happy about it. So what?
Shit, don't worry about being a stay-at-home wife. Shit.
I'll be a stay-at-home friend if you need me to be. Anyway,
listen, I'll be a stay-at-home plant sitter if you want me to. Like, whatever you want me. Even if it's fake plants, if you need me to watch it, I'll do it.
So yeah. But you know, that's as far as Amber and Barnett. So we have two more couples. So the two more couples I feel like are the most. One is the favorite couple, and one is the most controversial. Absolutely. Who do you want to start with?
Let's do Loren and Cameron.
Okay, that is the fan favorite by far. Absolutely. They are still together, which
I love them together.
I do.
I feel like they complement each other so well.
They said they recently spent Thanksgiving with their blended family, and that everybody got along great, which is
I would love to be at their
beautiful.
holiday parties.
They have a fur baby together.
Yeah. Spark is his name, I think.
Sparks. Cam said he would never own a dog, and he wouldn't want to be with a woman who wants a dog. So he said his mom knew it was real when he said he was getting her a dog. So I thought that was really cute. This is the first man that Loren has ever lived with, so I feel like in that respect she's still getting used to. It's very hard to have your own everything and then just have to share everything with somebody. So I think they're still getting used to each other. And like she said, she's a city girl. Yeah. He's more from like countryer areas. So he's taught her about that. But you can still see they're so like infatuated with each other.
They're so smitten with each other.
They are so smitten.
Like their physical contact is just so like, it makes me
He's like sitting there like, babe.
Yeah. She's like, they're just like rubbing each other's legs.
Yeah, it's so sweet.
Gosh. Like you can tell by their body language. Like they have a really good connection.
It's deeper. Like I feel like
really good.
I feel like Amber and Barnett do have a deep connection, but I feel like their physical is stronger than their emotional. I feel like Cam and Loren, I feel like it's a spiritual connection. Yeah. Like I feel like they are soulmates. Yeah. Like they just seem so like, without anything being said, you know they love each other. Yeah.
But like you said, I definitely do agree that Amber and Barnett is definitely physical. For sure. I feel like literally probably as soon as the cameras left, they were like stripping each other. Like I feel like that was the most important thing. Like I want to talk first. Like, you know, let's just unwind. I feel like theirs was definitely sexual.
Like I feel like
but that's not gonna last forever.
Yeah, I feel like they have sex every night, which is cool. But I feel like, you know, I could see Loren and Cameron just like, let's watch a movie, babe, and drinking wine and eating popcorn and really having a great night and like really loving each other, dancing in the living room together. Like
it's like not a conditional relationship. You know what I mean? Because I remember in the confessional, Amber was like, can you put like having sex every day like mandatory like in your prenup or something like that? And why?
Well, what if something happens to him and he can't get it out?
Then what?
Do you end the marriage? Because marriage is more than sex. I'm just saying. I was gonna say something, but you know I got family watching.
What are you gonna say?
Your hands ain't broke. If that man need a break, let him go ahead and get his break. Like, what is you doing?
Like, comment, share, subscribe, Deanna.
So like, I love Cam. I love Loren. Cam. It's definitely the fan favorite. So last, certainly not least, was Diamond and Carlton. Let me start by saying this. After rewatching the show, y'all, I might get chewed out for this, but I don't think Carlton ever had any intention on being with Diamond. And like Jasmine has said to me, like we were texting about it, he actually was on
Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Completely different person. He was completely different. And I know
y'all can YouTube it if you want to see it.
I know you grow as you get older, so like people change and stuff like that, and maybe he was different. First of all, he looked different. The beard works for him. Second of all, like his behavior, his mannerisms, his voice, his swaying and snapping and all that was there before. And I just feel like you said, like that maybe that this show was just a career move for him. Because,
you know, recently he did say on social media, like, you know, my celebrity friends aren't sticking up for me. Like, I think they should. Why should they? You know what I mean? Like, I don't go do stupid shit expecting my friends to stick up for me.
And you, not for nothing, like a lot of your like celebrity friends are black women. Like you just disrespected a black woman on TV for nothing. For nothing. And like all the people who was dragging Diamond, I think that was really shitty, because even Diamond said, she was like, the only thing I went there for, because I didn't understand what he was telling me. Like I was just trying to get answers to what he was telling me, which she really did. She was like, I don't understand why you didn't tell me this. And he was like, you know what? That's why I don't fuck with bitches like you. Like, and we was like, what?
I mean, I don't think she went to that meeting that they had when they was in Cancun with any intentions on leaving him.
I don't either.
I think it was definitely just to get a clear understanding of like where he was coming from and what he really wants from his future. I don't think that she went there like, okay, I'm gonna give the ring back, I'm gonna storm off and recite Beyonce lyrics. That wasn't in her head, I don't think. I just think that happened when she felt disrespected.
Which she didn't even feel. She was disrespected. Like my thing is, number one, like I don't think that he really had true feelings for Diamond ever. I will say that because his crying was about himself. Like even on the show, he was like, I want to say I'm a true person. I deserve love. I. And then even when he came back, he was like, I know I unintentionally may have called her a bitch. No, you called her a bitch.
Yeah, you said it.
Number one. And you told her wig was sliding in front of everybody. Like,
you don't say it to somebody you love.
No. And then he's like, right. And then he's like, well, they were like, well, you know, that was a big step. He's like, yeah, I feel like, because he made another post on social media saying that like his family doesn't want to deal with him. They knew who you were, because that clip from Real Housewives of Atlanta was from how many years ago, and you were clearly who you were. were at that point.
Yeah.
Like, you were clearly who you were. Your family was not confused about anything. This show didn't let anything out the bag for anybody who knows you. I will say that much. So that shit right there, I'm not with. Like, don't play the victim. And I feel like that's what he's been doing this whole time. I'm completely, if you're pansexual, big up. I don't care if you're gay, bi, whatever. Trans, you are whatever you want to be. If you're a good person though, I'm gonna rock with you. Yeah. But you can't treat people like shit and play victim. And be like, oh, it's because they're homophobic. Nobody's homophobic. You can't be calling girls bitches and telling them they wig is sliding because she asked, okay, what does that mean? That's all she said to you. You were like, people need to be loved. And then even they were like, well, how do you feel? Like, he was like, well, I feel bad that I did this, and I would give anything to be on the stage with the person I love and the person. And they were like I feel like the host had to remind them, like, the person you're talking about should be Diamond. Because they were like, you mean Diamond?
He's like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he's like,
Diamond.
Mm-hmm. That's it. And I'm like, this man didn't have no feelings for her. And I feel bad for Diamond, but big up to Diamond because she's working on her PhD. So go ahead, girl.
Good for her.
She looked pretty. She did not have a wig on, so
it wasn't a wig.
I didn't think it was a wig. If it was, it wasn't the one that was sliding.
I just thought it was
because it wasn't. It was a different one.
But I know they both said they received death threats, and I was like, I mean,
I don't think he did. Do you think he did? I mean. I think she may have because people were really going hard on her, like saying she was homophobic, and I don't think she did anything homophobic. Do you?
No, absolutely not.
I don't.
I don't think she said anything that was homophobic.
I don't either.
She didn't say I don't want to be with him or I can't deal with that. She never said that.
She never said it was nasty.
She just said I'm taken back by
it. She's not attracted to it. Yeah, and she was like, she was like, I just don't understand why he didn't tell me this from jump, and I don't really understand what's going on. And that's really what she went there. She's like, I just don't understand what's going on. And he was like, listen, I'm not about to do this, but a part of me feels like that's because this show really was just like a career move for him, and he had no intentions on following it through, and he had to sabotage it at some point. And I don't think he wants to live with her. Yeah, he knew that was the next step. Like, these people knew what they were getting into, and he's probably like, I can't live with this.
Getting too serious.
Yeah, like, I'm going too far. Let me go ahead and end it now. And he was like, I just want to, like, even on the reunion, he was like, I just want to ask if you'll be my friend and give her back the ring that the show paid for.
What? I don't understand. What was that, like a truce? Like, we're cool? Like, it wasn't a proposal, so I'm trying to figure out.
I think he's trying to save face because I think he knew he overdid it, and she didn't deserve that. Like, she really didn't. And I feel like he just twisted it, and like even in the show, he's like, I don't think that I ever felt like she was bisexual or homophobic. I mean, that she was homophobic or whatever. But like, I feel like that's the card he played for himself, and
that's why I don't do it just like you.
Yeah,
like,
inadvertently targeted her, because I think the card he played for himself for his career move, because I do think that's what the show was for him, was okay, I'm gonna be this guy that comes out and people go against me, the LGBTQ community is gonna stand behind me, and I love people for their heart. Cool, but why did you have to disrespect her and hurt her and then be like, oh, she's leaving me, somebody's gonna accept me? She's not accepting you because of who you've loved in the past. It's because of the way you're treating her. Right. And she even said that on the reunion, like, I'll never allow somebody to disrespect me and then have a life with that person. I feel the same way. If you're my man and you disrespect me in public, first of all, if you disrespect me in private, we got an issue, because you shouldn't be talking to me like that, period. But especially in public, in front of other people, and then on national TV where everybody could see this shit. And you think we're gonna figure this out? We're not figuring that out.
Beyonce needs to call her though for reciting those lyrics on the spot like that.
I don't know how that popped into her head, but I feel so bad. She was like, hop on to the next dick, boy. Like, she was trying so hard not to cry, and I was like, damn. Oh my god.
When you told me it sounded like that, I had to rewatch it.
Did it not?
It kind of did.
It did.
You ain't got no average wife, boy.
Bitch, boy. She was
It's not funny.
It's not, y'all.
I don't want to laugh at her. I don't want to laugh at her pain or anything, but
she was like, watch me hop to the next dick, boy. Who the fuck you think this is, boy? I can't. I mean, it wasn't right. Like, he definitely was way out of pocket for that. But it was like, how did that come? Like, I've never been in an argument like.
I can't think of any artist's music when I'm in an argument.
When I'm that hysterical, I can barely finish a sentence. I'm like not saying anything because I can't think of words. You did a whole verse. Okay, Diamond.
Clearly, she's part of the Beehive.
And then also, like, going back and watching it, I will say that I did notice things from other couples. One, I told you, like, Elsie. That was the third girl that Barnett was leaving on, and Jasmine said she couldn't remember who the girl was. But didn't it bother you, like, how she was like, how come no one's ever sure about me? No one ever knows about me. And it's like, because you crazy. Like, back up.
I don't know. Seeing Barnett outside the pod, I don't know if him and Elsie would have meshed well together.
Even with him and Amber, I think they're good right now. But like, I think because they're like, oh, we're traveling, we're having fun.
I think it's new, and they're enjoying the physical part of it right now. I don't think they've gotten to like the nitty gritty of like relationship stuff.
Less than that, I feel like, because they even said, well, all we're doing right now is traveling and having fun. Me and you will travel and have fun.
Yeah.
You will travel and have fun with anybody, so it's gonna seem like, you know, fucking butterflies and rainbows all the time. But once you have to settle down, if you bring a child into it, if he loses his job or something like that, I don't know if they'll survive like something like that. And I hate to say it, but I just don't know if they would. But I think they make an awesome, like a really cute couple.
Cameron and Loren would definitely survive.
And they're the only ones that like truly we're talking about, like we're still getting to know each other. We're still finding things out. Like I said, like the unspoken connection is just, it's there.
Magical.
It's there. And it's adorable. I do love it.
And you know, throughout the season, he was like, I'm going to take care of you, baby.
Yeah. And he meant it.
And I'm like, ooh.
They're really cute. They really are.
They are.
But anyway, so that's our recap. That's some things that we saw looking back, rewatching the whole season. Obviously, we loved it. It took 20 hours of our life.
Yeah. Tell us what you guys think about it. If you watched it or if you're going to watch it, what you think about the couples and where they are today. Yes, let us know because we definitely want to hear you guys' opinions.
All right. Well, until next time, guys. Bye.